MoSFLo and UGL present StarCraft! UGL Season 19 is here. Hurry up and find us at unigl.net, OPUGL.
Hello fellow StarCrafters, here we are at the UGL website, unigl.net, unigl.net. This is going to be a quick update. We're about a third of the way in to Season 19. Currently the top 5, 2 of the positions are held by Khan, one as Lost Khan and one as Silent. First place is a guy named Kazachi with a 41-8 record, followed by Lost Khan, RPTZ, Silent Khan, and TGQWE. Yours truly, MoSFLo. His account is in dead effing last. He has an 0-9 record. So I started a new record, new account under FSC MoSFLo, FSD, F like Frank, S Charlie, Sierra, C Charlie. It stands for Forever StarCraft, but the F can definitely be changed with another common 4-letter word. So anyways, there I am. I started with an 0-11 record and got back to 20-22. So that's not too bad. But here are our highlight players right here: Kazachi, Lost Khan, RPDZ, and Silent Khan. There is no 2v2 monies being offered this go around, so let's go ahead and see how many games are played. So there's so few games that are being played in 2v2, but Pro Monty is leading that board with a 13-0 record. Congratulations, Pro Monty. Lost, we've seen this clan in the past, but this is the first time that I've seen them active in a season. So congratulations to Lost. It shows Madara, some guy named Gosu. I don't think he's that Gosu, but there he is. Alright, we're going to go ahead and highlight one of the Khan games. It's going to be under the Lost Khan account. It's 40-11 record. It's going to be a game where he was playing GanGstEr Jose. I saw that it was an hour and 5 minutes long. So for anybody that's having trouble with Terran versus Protoss long game, this should be a good one. Hope you enjoy. Alright, so here we are. I'm going to play without any volume or very little volume with the gameplay. So hopefully you're not too bored with just my voice. I think this is the third time, repeating, this is the third time that I'm recording this. And the first 2 times I was having some issues with my mic sensitivity, picking up the game volume and it being overpowering over my voice. So in order to not run into that problem again, I'm going to go ahead and have no game volume. So here we are. We got GanGstEr Jose is Protoss versus Lost Khan, Lost Madara. He's checking it out. So maybe he's helping, maybe he's not, but I doubt it. I think they're keeping it legit. Khan, he's going to go ahead and put a bunker. Looks like GanGstEr Jose was able to sneak a little probe in there so he can make cannons. He has a few zealots right there. He's going to try to protect those cannons, see if he can extend that a little bit. It seems like it's a little bit too far. Looks like there's a bunker there. Those cannons take out at least one, I think there were 2 different blood puddles there. Takedowns the SCVs. So Jose's doing a pretty good job, I guess, as far as trying to reach it out. But it's just, I think he started initially too far back. But beggars can't be choosers. Every now and then, whenever you practice Protoss, or with Protoss cannoning, you don't want to start out too far. You'll get scouted before you have enough zealot manpower. So current side count, we got Terran player with 38. We have Protoss at 43. There is no doubling going on, but he does get 2 gases underway. He's working off of 3 gateways. Terran player is working off of 3 barracks. One good thing is he's not allowing his Marines to die for the most part. There's 3 little puddles right there. Die, die, die. We got the Terran Academy underway. Right now what he needs is range over stem. Is he going to be able to save that machine shop? It's over halfway done. Boom! He's going to have to start over. So that tank comes out, but it doesn't have siege tank ability. He's going to have to rebuild it. So he's operating off of 1 factory right now, 1 refinery right now. Let's see if he starts getting the second one in. Looks like the cannons built so many that he was able to So forget about the range. There were so many cannons giving it fire, nothing repairing it. He takes down the damn shop again before it's finished. So right now, all that he has going for him, he has 2 racks. He does have range on these things. He has 3 zealots there. He has another 3 zealots there, hampering his building power. He's going to take down his supplies, still operating off of 3 gates. He finally does get that double added double nexus there, still operating with 2 refineries. Looks like he might be going a Dragoon build. He needs to be spending that moolah. Terran player sitting at 50 PSI, Protoss player at 65, and he can't build supply depots fast enough. Let's see if he. Okay, he does get stem before he takes down the academy. Looks like he's finally going to be able to get that research taken care of. He was able to, since no cannons. Sometimes with the Protoss player, they'll build cannons here and then they'll build cannons here to avoid this exactly what's going on. So because the no cannons were built on the left-hand side, he was able to build enough barracks that now he has a little bit of a blockade going in. So right now, Terran player at 72 PSI, 89 PSI for the Protoss player. We're 9.5 minutes in. Looks like he's already started his little slowdown with the cannons being built. And the Terran player, he's massing barracks right now. He's pushing out with his tanks. Got a few units here, but because he wasn't saving up his units, he doesn't have as many as he should. So he's going to target fire those siege tanks to prevent him pushing out and killing all these cannons as quickly. But he has 2 factories going to work. He has 4 there. He has 8, 9, 10. He has total of 10 barracks just going to town. So he's going to be running out of space pretty soon to make depots, unless he takes out these cannons. So he was able to build 2 bunkers. Looks like those bunkers are doing a good job holding off the initial assault from the Protoss player. Protoss again sitting at 151. That's a hell of a load of units. But look, even though he's been battling, trying to stay alive, he's still at 142. One good thing about Khan is he's staying low on his minerals. Check that out. So again, he was being effed over with cannons and zealots and supply stuck, getting his machine shop taken twice, and he's still able to come up with this. Well done, dude. Badass player right there. And now he's going to start making his factories. So again, Terran player way down on Psi initially, way down on building space, and he's just going to town now. He's able to finally get over 1,000. I'm pretty sure he'll start building or finding a way to spend that money. So we got Terran player at 173. Looks like he's pretty confident with what he has going on, and he might start pushing out soon. Looks like there's a couple of drop ships. Sure enough, empty drop ships, but he has a whole mess load of Templars there. One being picked up. Still 3. Another drop ship there. Looks like whatever initial scout of Marines that he had, he was able to kill off that. Alright, so 165, 162. We got something going on here. They stem and they target fire, and nothing's in that one, so he's home free. Alright, so instead of anyways, he has these factories busting out and building factories tanks, because he didn't have space initially, right? And so he built a couple of command centers right here. Looks like he's going to be floating them over, and then the Marines are going to go ahead and take out the machine shops that he had fought so hard earlier just to stay with. Looks like there's some more. He has 2 dropships with 2 Templars, but nothing. So he's just gonna go with that. He's not gonna. Let's see if this gets down. 183, 182. Good. That's not good. All right, so 156. That's what we're at. We're for the Terran player. Again, I don't know if you saw that on the mini screen. Sorry for not going over there. I wanted to see if the drop went down. But on the mini screen, there was he had attacked. He timed it to where the attack would occur here, and then he started going up north to go ahead and attempt that drop. So he's gonna go ahead and get almost the second. He's gonna finish off the first lane of turrets, and he's gonna go ahead and start on that second one. Let's see how far he gets. And on this side, he's gonna go ahead and complete the first lane of turrets. Again, all these SCVs just getting put to work. Usually I'm slow about it. I just go ahead and do like one SCV on this side and make a turret here, turret here, turret here. It takes forever to get that line set up, and then he goes ahead and puts 3 or 4. So it definitely makes sense. He's gonna go ahead and put that bunker in place. Probably fill it with bats. I know that's what I would do. Looks like he's gonna go ahead. Is he making starports? No. He's gonna make a proxy. So he has his main base with gateways. Main base with gateways. He's gonna start making starport. Okay, there's 2 that are gonna be there. Let's see what the upgrades are at. We got the Protoss player at 1, 0, and 2. We got the Terran player at 1 and 1 for the Marines, and then we got 0, 0 for the mechanical units. So it looks like he's going to go in. Let's see if there's a drop set in place. Okay, it's that first one. So he's attacking. Tries to get it in place. Sure enough, he does. Took a little bit of extra time there. Let's see what those Templars are going to do. If they're going to target the siege tanks or what. What happened? He dropped it too early. I guess whatever. Those siege tanks and those Marines went to town on those things. Terran player is still at 1-1, not failing to do the upgrades right now. He's going to go ahead and get that 1-1 armory and attack power for the tanks. He has 5 factories going on. No other factories up top. So looks like he's just saving up his some tanks and massing on Marines. And that's pretty much it. So let's see. Anything else being done? Drops. They're going to continue. At least he's going to continue to try. Okay, he has an Arbor Tribunal to go ahead and make the arbs. So those are being built. Good. Okay. Not a whole lot of defense here. Usually late game, I end up getting taken. My main getting taken with freaking wraiths or some kind of flying unit because I don't have enough cannon defense. No Templars to temp anything that comes at him. So, but I guess that one thing he's noticing is there's no starports. There's what, 1 starport underneath this science facility. Terran player sitting at 190, keeping his gas and minerals pretty darn low. Congratulations. We got the Protoss player sitting way too high on the mineral count. I guess that's why he's building his proxy over here. I would have probably made a proxy of Stargates, but I don't know. Maybe what he's doing is the right kind of build. Yeah. So he probably has a good 24 or so gateways inside his own base. Looks like he's making some more starports there. That arbor is almost done. Terran player is pushing out with his Marines and tanks. I don't know if it's a perfect time to just... Okay, so he does siege, but with... I wonder if that's the best play right there. I guess so. If he did it, I'm gonna say that he's a top player, so I'm assuming that yeah, that is the way to go. So now Protoss player sitting at 176 gets that arbiter in place. 2009, he has an arb unit in there, and by 2012, Terran player's already scanning for it. That arb's gonna get taken down. Boom. All right. So we got Protoss player 168, Terran player at 185. He does have a couple of drop ships there, but nothing really going on. Okay, he has another one, another set over here. Let's see if he's going to be successful on that drop. Doesn't look like he's contending with too many turrets up top, but there's 3 bunkers in place, all filled, even one filled with an SCV, and then those siege tanks are going to town. So one good thing about building, so as the fighting's going on over here, one good thing about building or having the science facility over here. Not only is he getting research, but now he has an open geyser to go ahead and stack away from any kind of turret drop. So he's going to push those shuttles up top, and I guess that's what he was waiting for before he attempted to do a drop. Now a drop at this point, I would figure wouldn't be devastating because he has two other command centers there, but it would definitely hold up on his initial thought of pushing out. So it would definitely buy time, and I guess that's what the Protoss player needs whenever you're playing a Terran player. So let's see what this shuttle does. It immediately goes down. It's like the first one that's targeted. And all that he has left, I guess he had another shuttle filled with 4 additional zealots. But yeah. So we got the zealots chasing down some marines. Those marines, unfortunately, they ended up showing them. I think they showed them at least these this little proxy here. It's not a proxy really. It's just he jumped his science facility and his one Terran starport over. So Terran player sitting at 183, Protoss player at 162 with so many more minerals. Probably could make some more cannons out here, but really, what else are you going to do? Has he started making the stargates, or the star, what the hell are those called? Carriers. Alright, so he started going carriers. His gateways are no longer building zealots. As I say that, zealots pop out of these gateways. There's a few zealots right there. He is sitting at 183. It looks like he's going to push out, push straight to the main instead of attempting to go at the mid base. He's probably going to use these kind of like just to hold off any kind of side attack, if that makes sense. And those zealots are going to sandwich him in. They're going to take this down so they can sandwich these in that were initially trying to go for the attack. Alright, Terran player is sitting at 184. He has 2700 and 4300 respectively. And Protoss player at 175. Again, this is GanGstEr Jose in the blue, Protoss, Lost Khan in the yellow Terran. He went ahead and said, well, I need that science facility, and he went ahead and took it in his own base. Made some room, or decided that he had enough room there. Looks like maybe there was some kind of action here, because all these siege tanks are just taking a look at the main, being ready to attack something. Nothing's over there, guys. So, settle down. Alright, so he did get a covert ops, so it looks like he might be starting to try to, and I don't know, these marines probably took care of this, so maybe he's going to make nukes. Alright, so you got one marine holding down the fort here, about to take down that gateway without being attacked by these other units. Oh geez, look at that. He has probably about 1, 2, 3, 6. That's nothing. So 6, he has 2 arbiters being made, another 2, 3, another 3, 4. Okay, so by the end of this, he'll probably have about 10 carriers. Terran player already trying to put down the initial turrets to either slow down drops or to maybe help out against the carriers that he probably knows that are coming. So as far as armor and defense, we got the landlubber marines at 2-2. We got the Terran mech units at 1-1, soon to be 2-2. We have a whole bunch of zealots here standing at 3-2-3, and we got SCVs, a couple of them making turrets. It looks like he's cleaned out enough of the middle to where he's not going to get sidewinded, or he's not going to be having to bother with the middle too much. We got some marines going out that way to help out. We got a couple siege tank just chilling. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see how far he gets in before those carriers say, screw you, get out of my home. Are they full? So not all of them are full just yet. What are you doing, Arbiter? If those turrets go down, it's going to definitely make it hard on the Protoss player. And that arbiter, is that gonna go down? You better save it, fool. Oh man, just in time. Oh, spoke too soon. Man. It's alright, you got another one coming. Alright, so he's gonna make, he has 1, 2, 3, 4 other carriers being built. He has probably about 6 or 7 right there, 8, 9, 10, 11. So let's say he has cool 10, 11 carriers being thrown out there. Now, while that was going on, while the Protoss player was just fighting that off or kind of being protective about it, the Terran player did a pretty good job of clearing not just the cannons, but the other carrier or other gateways that were here in the mid location. I'm pretty sure he's already noticed that there's zealots coming from the left-hand side. I doubt he was thinking that it was zealots that he had saved up. So I'm pretty sure he knows about this proxy. He has been using his scanner, which he lifted the command center and stacked it on top of his other command center. So well done for you, kid. Alright, let's see what the... Oh, okay. So he saw... This is one thing that I liked in the previous 2 times that I saw this video. He saw the carriers and he immediately went to the ghost transition. And whenever I make a whole bunch of carriers, usually I end up attacking one time, and it's like a all or nothing for me. And I would go in and I would try to hit the command center. Unfortunately, not only is it stacked here, so he'd have to kill that top command center first, but I don't know. It's not as easy as I am portraying, because what ends up happening, especially with these ghosts, I would go in and they're not attacking, and during that whole time they're not attacking, these ghosts, as soon as they get 100, which most of them they do have over 100, they are just going to town doing lockdown. And man, I don't know how these guys do it, but it's like, let me go ahead and put it on volume just a tad, and it's just insane. Just lock, and then he's able to get down that nuke. Boom, skis, man. So he kills 4 annoying carriers just like that. Takes down the ARB. Well played. Well played. So let's go and bring that back down just a notch. Gosh. Alright. I probably just talked too soft, man. I don't want to be too loud. Not right now. I don't know. I can get loud. Just, it's cool. It's cool. Alright, so we got turrets being built. We got 2 SCV going to town, going to work. Good job, SCV. Looks like he's going to take down this bottom mid location of any of the turrets that they had there. Let's see if I have one that's full. Okay, so there's one that's full. He does have armor and attack at 3-3. So all those rocks are attacking with full force. Good job there. Terran player sitting at 3-3. We got ghosts going to town right now. Let's go ahead and see or hear them in action. Looks like more ghosts to the rescue. Got 1 lockdown, 2 lockdown, 3 lockdown. So again, once they get locked down, those little rocks that they're throwing at that they're attacking with, they're not attacking. They're not producing. They get locked in place and they're not attacking. Fortunately for him, he had enough other carriers that could help out. But then he comes with an armada of ghosts that are just taking down these guys. So he has just enough carriers to take out the ghosts that are locking him down. So he has probably a good 10, 12 carriers that are locked down right there. And then these are holding off these other guys. So again, there was a nuclear launch, and if that would have landed, it would have been GG. It would have been over, because all that size stuck in these frozen units right here. But he had 1 or 2. He had those few zealots that were coming his way, but then he had like 4 carriers right there that were able to target the ghost that had the nuke. So here he has, what, probably about 13, 14, 15 carriers that are ready to attack, but can't attack just yet. So here we are. Got more ghosts coming. A few SCV or an SCV there. A few tanks. Able to lock down that carrier with ease. He's trying to build up his little rock throwers. That probe needs to get to work and start making more cannons for his defense, because obviously, look, check this out. He's just open. So once he gets in here, he's going to be able to push in as much as he wants. There are cannons on this side. This guy could probably be spending some of that 38,000 that he has. I guess he's saving it up. But let's see some of those some of that awesome lockdown. We got 1, 2, we got 3. Let's go, ghosts, go at it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5. So we got at least 5 that are locked down right there that I've counted. Yeah. Khan is making it look easy, but it's definitely not. So here we are. We got the Protoss player sitting at 200. We got the Terran player sitting at 179. Because he's been massing all these ghosts, he's way low on his gas. Goodness, I didn't notice that. So either he has to expand or he has to start producing something else, making a whole bunch of turrets to help out. So those ghosts, they're doing their job, but he's just not going to be able to produce very many more. He's going to have to make Marines to go ahead and follow through with this fight. Not too many tanks. Does look and sound like there's a nuke going off. Goes off right there. Let's see if we can find out from who, from where. I have no idea. It's one of these guys. It's that dude right there. He's already taken some hits, but see how many it takes down. We got 192 side count right there. That nuke comes down. It doesn't kill too many. All it does is kill the observers, but they are locked down. They're not producing rocks, and so all these guys, all they're doing, they spit out 2 or 3 rocks at a time, each one of them, and then they get taken down as fast as they're being replenished because of the Marines and ghosts. So yeah, these carriers are getting locked down. They're gonna get locked down and get killed, get murked. All right. Let's drop down that volume just a tad because you probably couldn't hear me. But anyways, Terran player is sitting at 199, was able to build more Marines and able to get his eco up. We got the ground unit for the Terran player at 3-3. We got all units maxed out. Maxed out. So these guys, they're not being able to do anything. These carriers are just chilling. They're just like, well, I'm locked down. What do you want me to do? Yep. Can't do much. So it looks like Jose, what he's doing, as soon as they're being dropped, what is he gonna make? He's gonna make GanGstEr and Zealots. And by that time, while the Terran player's been surviving this this carrier attack, the Protoss player, rightfully so, went ahead and made as many cannons as he felt he could. Got the Zealots gonna help out, try to take some of those tanks out before he takes out all of those cannons. Looks like he's gonna be coming not only from his motherland, but he's also going to be coming from his proxy. A couple of Zealots get confused, don't really know what to do, and then they right their track. So he takes down, I think there were about 10 to 12 tanks that were right there, and so all he has right now to take this is our Ghost, which fires so slowly, and then Marines that don't have stim. These ghosts, they don't have stim either. So now he's resupplying with his siege. He's sitting at 172 PSI. We got some carriers over here at the top left-hand corner that we're able to take down the turrets. So that would be a perfect time, in my opinion, to either do an ARB recall, which it's almost full. I don't know if that was his intention, but I don't see any Reavers anywhere. What he could do is recall all his dang workers to his dang main base and kill off a lot of his side that he could definitely use for his unit output. So that run probe, staying alive with 1. So he has his shield up to 20 again, but he's down to 1 health. Hell yeah, probe. One of these days I want to make a story about a probe that doesn't just run, but just kicks ass and builds and works and all this other stuff. So these broskies over here, they are gonna start locking down these annoying carriers, and that's exactly what goes down. So again, I think the carrier count, they hold 8 psi. Oh gosh, there was a nuke. Now he's gonna be able to get seen by those observers, but man, he got a nuke off, killed this entrance a little bit. Again, Protoss player, really low on gas. This guy's not doing anything because he can't get his gas that he's been asked to get because there's not a geyser in between. And check that out, perfect timing. At 36 minutes, he finally gets his 7th, 8th gas underway. So he's maxed out on units. We got the Protoss player sitting at 148. Let's see if he's not going carriers anymore. Where the hell are you building units, son? So I know he's busy building cannons, but he has to be building something. So he's making zealots from his proxy location. Nothing being built over here. He's going to open up a space for whatever reason there. What in the world would you do that for? I'm kind of interested to see what goes on. Alright, so he does save this ARB. Let's see if he uses that a little bit later. Those Marines, they look like they're going to go ahead and take care of it. So little by little, he's pushing in with his tanks to go ahead and kill off these cannons. Protoss player, he was able to get up to 199 again, so he's going to be coming at him. Zealots from this angle and a few zealots from this location. Let's see if this sneaky guy is going to be able to lock down. Gosh, he sees it. Boom, and he gets murdered. Alright, so Terran player is sitting at 175. They were able to take down that Arbiter that was there. I think sometimes whenever you attack from so many different angles, you might get confused or just lost in the mucky-muck of game warfare and just lose your units. Able to cancel off those cannons so that pylon stays alive. At this point, I don't think you need to cancel cannons, but well done. Looks like he's going to target fire that pylon down to 70. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. It's just those ghosts, they just shoot so damn slow. Operating with a shotgun must suck. Let's see if he has any nukes ready. He does have 2 nukes ready. He's going at him with Marines and also a siege tank. We're sitting at 42 minutes in, and from the get-go, from the cannon rush, I don't know if you remember, but there were a whole bunch of cannon rushing, and there was cannon rushing and zealot rushing going on at the very front end. It looked like Khan was going to get laid out pretty early. Looks like there was nice conversion of the units there with the zealots, good ARBs, the scans there, but he only decided to build that 1 starport, and it looks like that starport's long gone. So he's not going to be coming out with any vessels. He was able to get a group of 12, maybe 12 SCVs over here instead of just suiciding them. Took them out to the side and made a whole bunch of factories to facilitate more siege tanks or more Goliaths or whatever the hell he wants to build. So good for him to be able to do that. But it does look like he's going to be able to take them out with just a few zealots. A handful of zealots are going to be able to take out all those factories. So that kind of sucks. Alright, so Terran player, Khan, sitting at 30,000, 5,500 in gas. You got Protoss players sitting at 53,000 and $15,000 in gas. Yeah, not dollars. Alright. So here you are. He's going to go ahead and build more cannons. Well done. It's Cannon City. We got Madara. He said, screw this. I got better things to do. And takes off. So the units that were chasing the initial zealots said screw it, I'm going to go ahead and come over here, establish some kind of choke. That doesn't last too long, but helped out a little bit. So Jose's doing a really good job buying himself some time, but he hasn't been able to effectively drop. He hasn't been able to do an ARB recall. He hasn't been able to take a main. He hasn't been able to keep his minerals down. I think a lot of that has to do with he probably has a boatload of probes that are just holding up side. He could definitely go ahead and make some more gas. I wonder if that's going to play a factor a little bit later in the game, but it probably won't. We're at 48 minutes right now, and so he was able to slow it down by making all those cannons. And so now what's next? Let's go back to making carriers. So again, that proxy is doing a lot better job than I thought it was going to do. But again, for me, this would be too damn confusing, man. Like, this guy must be a hell of a lot better than me, because I would be looking at this and being like, well, where do I, like, I only have 4 units that are building over here, and 20 units over here, or something like that, and I would just be totally cut off guard. So, good job. Let's see. All right, we got 1 tank pushing in, able to take down a couple of those cannons that are there, and then back to this. Even Lost Khan thinks it's a little bit funny. He's like, God dang, a little bit more back and forth, please. So it does look like all the gateways have been taken away. No more gateways for GanGstEr Jose. Protoss player, he wants to save those siege tanks. So again, siege tank, they don't kill air units. So he's gonna go ahead and take out his proxy that he had tried to establish, and check that out. So right back to it. It says you're gonna go carriers. I'm gonna go ghosts. So right away he locks down the arbiter, locks down the carrier, and then those Templars, their job is to go ahead and take out whatever they can take out, and hopefully they take down a whole group of ghosts. Looks like we went the long way around. Didn't want a shortcut. Didn't want to get sniped and killed. Want to get locked down, I'm sure. And so he cuts them off. And just lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. So the lockdown is going on. Look at all of those ghosts. Jeez Louise. Lockdown for you. You get a lockdown. You get a lockdown. You get a lockdown. And then the siege tanks, they just go ahead and push, push, push. So we're 53 minutes in. We got the Protoss player at 192. All of those are caught with carriers. He was able to successfully get a nuke down, and so because of that, it dropped his psi count really low. And he's in desperation mode, so he starts building a whole bunch of zealots. He's going to be able to push in with more ghosts, more siege tanks, more lockdowns. And he probably has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 times 8, 64 side locked up. So those tanks and those ghosts are going to make easy work of those zealots that are just going in single file. And what he needs to do is probably surround these guys. But I do not see any Templars back here. No Templars being built. Let's see if he has. Okay, so he's going to try to backdoor him. So again, the Terran player is sitting at 200, he has a lot of everything. He has nothing but ghosts on this side that are attacking. Looks like he built some turrets and some siege tanks just in case something surprised him. He went ahead and split half of his units to go ahead and help out with these zealots. So if he wouldn't have done that, he may have been in some serious trouble. But now those zealots are going to go ahead and try to kill off these ghosts, which they are not having very much success. So that observer, he's I guess in the main seat, he's able to see everything that's going on. No surprise there. No carries being built. Now the gateways are being taken from him. His proxy's choked in, so they're not going to be able to help out anytime soon. Choked in with the Marines and also these ghosts and whatever else that he has going on. We got more units supplying this other area. Scouts are being built just to build something a little bit quicker. Now he doesn't even have a psi count, psi production. And the Terran player is sitting pretty with all of his barracks operational, his siege tanks being operational. We got a boom. I don't think an observer saw that. I think that Templar saw a little blip image on the screen and was able to take that out. Is there a probe over here that's able to build anything else? No. So we got Marines taking down the gateways. That ARB's going to be taken down also. Protoss player sitting at 174. He did build pylons somewhere, but not enough. Okay, he needs to start building more pylons. This proxy is going to be taken care of. That was able to take care of any of the zealots that were coming its way. He does finally get some Protoss units, Templars, up and running. But now, just like that, he's attacking already with Marines, which have stings, so he's not coming at him anymore with those other units. Let's see if he finally gets a drop down. No, he didn't. So all of those drops got murked by these missile turrets. So proxy gone, mid build gone. Building some scouts, good enough. Choke gone. He does have an ARB there. He could freeze things twice, but decides to just let it die. Sitting at 182. Now, since there's no area to really build more units, there's far too few gateways to how fast he's taking down his stuff. Here comes another drop, sitting at 200 PSI. He's finally take out about 30-35 units with that drop, but at this time, it's I would kind of look forward to getting dropped if I had 45,000 minimum. So even though he had good temp usage, killing off some of the Marines, there's just too many units out there for the few gateways that are producing. Scouts, I'm going to help out as far as having strong shield, but again, they attack like little bitches, so it wouldn't help out too much. And there's a good game. And him saying, no, he's done. I'd be done after an hour-long game usually also. Khan, well done. You have 2 of your name spots in the top 5 currently. We're a third of the way in. So good luck. You're putting a hell of a fight this season. Let's see if anyone's going to be able to contend with you. But right now, you're kicking ass and taking names. Well done, dude. GanGstEr Jose, props in your Protoss. Get your drops down. Do an ARB recall. Kind of the same old back and forth, but again, you did a hell of a job, man. Good job. Hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and subscribe, like the video, whatever you're gonna do. Deuces.
If you like the video, subscribe. You're on UGL. Press like and comment.